Hello, Arturo.
Hi, Valeri.
Can you explain the leadership practices in Mexico and South Korea for us?
Yeah, sure. And the little project is a cross-cultural saying that identifies various dimensions, the leadership across different cultures. Two countries, including in the little project, are Mexico and South Korea. Let me tell you the leadership practice in these two countries. First, power distance. In Mexico, they have high power distance, accepting hierarchical structure and autocratic leadership. Their leader make decisions and expect obedience for subordinates. And South Korea, they also have high power distance where leaders have authority and make decisions without significant input. The respect for authority and seniority is important in their culture. Then, uncertainty avoidance, Mexico have a moderate to high uncertainty avoidance. They prefer clear guidelines, stability, and careful decision making with risk assessment. And South Korea have a high uncertainty avoidance. They emphasize on minimizing ambiguity by creating a structured environment and meticulous planning with rules and well-defined roles. And finally, collectivism. In Mexico, they are more collectivist by valuing groups harmony. The leader focus on strengthening the personal connection as teamwork, collaboration, and loyalty to a group. And South Korea, they lean towards collectivism, the leader plurality, group cohesion, loyalty, and harmony.
Right. And when it comes to business ethic practices, the Peruvian culture tends to be relationship driven. Trust is a big value, so you need to build a strong personal relationship and expected social behavior. This is essential before undertaking any significant business dealings. Also, in Peru, networks involve reciprocity and people are expected to utilize their contacts and relationships to help others when called upon for assistance. And since decisions may be passed through several levels of management, it is typical for answers and decisions to take time. In Mexico, business culture may differ depending on the type of company you engage with. Personal relationships, loyalty, strong hierarchy, and status consciousness are the main characteristics of Mexican business culture. Personal relationships play the biggest role to a point where the impression you have and the level of relationship you maintain with your local counterparts can override your business proposal. Unlike the US and Canada, the decision-making process remains almost exclusively from the top and no input is expected from junior employees. And finally, for South Korea, the South Korean culture is very influenced by Confucian principles. They support group harmony, respect for elders and authority, family, and also tradition. Confrontation is to be avoided at all costs, since once you lose your kibun, your face, honor, and personal dignity, which is highly important for Koreans, when it's lost, it cannot be regained. South Koreans value education, innovation, and company loyalty. As much as they do with punctuality, this last one is a big sign of respect. And decision-making in Korea will follow a formal procedure in which a senior approval is necessary, but uses input from subordinates.
Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
I hope this gets to be useful for future clients. Bye!
Hey Diego, how you doing, man? I need to talk to you today. Maybe you can help me with something. Hope you don't mind.
Oh, of course not. What brings you so many worries today?
Well, lately I've been noticing how our employees and investors affect the way I lead. And it's like I'm on a roller coaster with them all the time.
Oh, I totally understand you. Employees and investors can be a great blessing, but a real headache sometimes. What happened?
Well, I have this employee who always disagrees with me and undermines my authority while we are in the office. And it's exhausting to have to deal with that constant resistance, you know?
Ah, I know. Sometimes our employees can challenge our decisions and make us question our leadership ability. Have you ever tried to talking to him and trying to understand his concerns?
Yeah, of course I have. I mean, we have had several talks when I try to understand his concerns and give him my support, but I don't know, it seems like no matter what I do, there's always a barrier between us, and it even makes me doubt my ability to lead, you know?
Yeah, that can be really frustrating. But remember, you're not the only one facing these kind of challenges. Sometimes seeking advice from a coach or researching on the internet can give you some useful strategies for dealing with these situations.
Yeah, you're right. I think I should consider that. But what do you think about, for example, external stakeholders? Or have you had to deal with them too? Or
Oh yeah, definitely. External stakeholders can also shake things up. Competition in a marketplace and changes in the government can mean that we have to constantly adjust our strategies and leads.
yeah, exactly. Every time competition becomes tough, or if the government implements new rules, for example, I feel like I have to rethink my plans and make tough decisions to keep us afloat. And sometimes I wonder if I'm making the right decisions for the future of the company.
No, I completely understand you. In situations like this, it is important to rely on our experience and seeking support from other leaders and participating in professional development programs can give us new perspective and strategies and tools to face these external challenges.
Yeah, you're right. Well, thank you so much, man. You've given me some ideas for addressing both internal and external stakeholders in my company. And it's always great to talk to you. Take care.
Yeah, yeah, don't worry, man. Take care too. Goodbye.
Here, examples of company leaders. In Peru, we have Credicorp, which is a Peruvian financial holding company and the largest financial services group in Peru. The company's leadership focuses on a customer-centric approach and emphasizes the importance of building trust and long-term relationship with clients.
In Mexico, we have Grupo Bimbo, that is a Mexican multinational bakery product manufacturing company. His leadership emphasizes social responsibility, sustainability, and community engagement. Well, in South Korea, they have Samsung Group, that is a South Korean multinational conglomerate that operates in various industries. The leadership style has traditionally been characterized by a hierarchical structure and a strong top-down decision-making process.
And examples of state leaders, in Peru we have Dina Boluarte, which is the first female president of Peru. She assumed office on December 7, 2022, and in her first speech as president, Boluarte called for a political trust to install a government of national unity and expressed her commitment to fighting corruption with the support of the people. And then in South Korea, we have Yoon Suk-yeol, which is the elected president of South Korea in the year of 2022. South Korea is a collectivistic society. Some of the characteristics of him are that he's a fair social activist, he's outgoing, intuitive, emotional, and planner at the same time.
In Mexico, we have Andrés Manuel López Obrador as the current president of Mexico. He's known for his populist leadership styles. He emphasized social welfare programs and the reduction of corruption in government.
And finally, we're talking about role of gender, the possibility of women having leadership roles. For example, in Peru, all women without exception have the same rights as men. Therefore, they have the capacities to assume responsibility of all kinds, business, financial, social, political, and consequently, their leadership should not be a gender issue.
In Mexico, women have made significant progress in leadership roles, but still face challenges due to gender biases and cultural expectations. But in South Korea, has been a traditionally male or dominated society with limited opportunities for women in leadership. However, efforts are being made to address gender disparities and promote gender equality in leadership positions.